over 50 years, the world's finest have walked down the storied fairways of Firestone Country Club.
How do you feel?
Oh, unbelievable. Just amazing.
Driven by the fire of competition.
Oh, you can't do that. I don't believe it.
How about that, huh?
And the desire to beat the best.
And this man is fired on all cylinders today.
There you go. Dan Clark, the champion.
Firestone's South Course challenges world-class winners, and only titans of the game emerge victorious.
I like it. A lot. Greg Norman.
14 times a champion has been crowned in the World Golf Championships era.
It's there. It's there.
Wow, he's unbelievable.
Will a new name be added to this illustrious list? Or will a familiar face find glory in the Gary Player Cup once again?
Beautiful performance. Adam Scott beats the world at the Bridgestone.
The World Golf Championships Bridgestone Invitational is next. The International Federation of PGA Tours proudly presents the race for the 2013 FedEx Cup. Today, live first-round coverage of the 2013 World Golf Championships Bridgestone Invitational. First established back in 1999. The World Golf Championships have been a series of annual events designed to bring the finest players from around the globe together at the highest level of competition. And that mission has been realized. World-class tournaments through the years, producing world-class champions. 74 players are here this week trying to scale golf's global summit at famed Firestone Country Club. Highlights from earlier this morning, and Tiger Woods looking for his 8th victory at this golf course. Bruce, this for birdie at 15.
Yes, his 6th hole. He started at the 10th with a birdie, dropped one at the next, picked up another birdie at 14. So 1 under for the day as he eases his way onto a course that could not be in better condition.
He's playing with the 21-year-old from Japan, Hideki Matsuyama. This for birdie at 15 to move to -1.
He too a birdie and a bogey in the early exchanges, but the great thing is not overawed by being in the company of the great man.
And Woods with another chance for birdie here at 17.
He just bogeyed the par 5 16th, drove into a bunker, couldn't get to the green in 3 in so long. So it's 1 foot forward and 1 step back.
It would be 2 birdies and 2 bogeys for Woods on his opening 9 holes. Not able to convert here at the 18th, so he would make the turn and level par 35. Meanwhile, Henrik Stenson on a run of very good form as of late, second at 18.
That's right, he got off to a wonderful start, 3-3, which means he was 3 under par through his first 2 holes. And the great thing is he hung on to it, and 5 under playing this final hole. And if he knocks that in, par 70, it's going to be a round of 64.
Stenson off a top 5 finish at the Open Championship at Muirfield a couple of weeks ago. Could not convert there, but would sign for 65 after making par at the last without a drop shot on the day. So Stenson was at -5. Woods, meanwhile, concluded his opening round at the 9th with a birdie chance.
Level par for his opening 9 holes. The back 9, much better coming home. Birdies popping up at all sorts of places, but not the easiest hole, the second. And a 4 there to be home in 31, and pretty nice score.
Easiest hole on the golf course is the par 5 second. This was an eagle opportunity for Rory McIlroy, left woefully short there.
It may be the easiest hole, and certainly is time after time. Everybody can get to this green into, but it has got one of the toughest greens, and 52 feet away with the first button, 30 feet away for the second.
And it would be 3 putts for par at the second for McIlroy, who finished 5th here a season ago in the run-up to his romp at Kiowa in the PGA Championship. But it's former U.S. Open champion Webb Simpson, 1 shot clear of Henrik Stenson, and Woods part of a group 2 off the pace.
These greens are quick, and you get above the hole, they're really quick. Coming up the hills with this much moisture and that they got all the rain, they're a little bit slow, and you got to give a little more of a wrap than what we're accustomed to here. But you know what? It's just all feel. I'm getting my feel, and I got a pretty good session in there yesterday, and got a pretty good handle on the greens, and spent a little bit of time in the morning, actually about 5 minutes, just hitting some lag putts, and had a pretty good feel for it.
We pick up the action at the second hole.
All right, Justin Rose will be next to Phil Tatarangi on the ground, tracking this group for us today.
Opened with a 5, drove into the right-hand rough, ended up in a bunker, and, well, in the end, by his standards, a sloppy opening hole. Start moving in the right direction with this. There you go.
Here's Spaniard Sergio Garcia, birdie chance at 5.
And in she goes. It's been a bit of a topsy-turvy. Upper bank in the wrong place at the 3rd. Dropped a shot there, but back to level par.
Birdie chance for Mickelson here at the 3rd.
On a pretty good line.
It certainly was. Mickelson, after parring the 1st and 2nd, is on the board here at the 3rd. Ernie Els at the 5th to move to level par.
Here's Bill Huss to go 3 under through his first half dozen holes. That's why he's had all those successes.
Els with a birdie chance at 9.
Another strong summer of golf for Ernie, and pours that one in. Get under par. He's the fan favourite wherever he goes, isn't he?
Luke Donald at the 7th, the par 3.
His short game's always been a feature, hasn't it? Chipping and putting, and look at this, tracking. Oh! Donald, birdie 2, and he's now 4 under.
And that one had some steam on it, rattling the flagstick. 4 birdies in 7 holes for the Englishman. So Rose at the 9th to move to -1.
Difficult hole to birdie, which he's managed to do. Getting it to pour in the front edge.
Ernie Els at 12 has always had a marvelous touch from off the greens, which he displays yet again. And the big easy to 2 under. McIlroy, chance to move to even par, 13.
Really nice par 4 this one. Doglegs left to right, and bingo. Maybe McIlroy might get some mojo going again with that flat stick.
2 in a row for Rory after the double to begin the inward 9.
Up to Ricky Fowler at the 15th with a chance for birdie. And with that, he will move to 2 under.
Luke Donald, who's hit a lovely tee shot down the left side of 14.
Saw him miss a very short putt for a birdie at 10, which would have got him to 5 under. And it sort of undermined his confidence. He just bogeyed 12 and 13. Again with a short putt, very short putt, missed at 12. Maybe the easiest of the last 5 holes, I won't say it's easy.
That's a beauty.
Now Mickelson just about 10 feet here to get back to +1.
This is one of those putts that on dying pace will break a good cut from his right to left.
He's got it. He never gives up. And finally another birdie.
So Simpson leads. Stenson is 1 back. Stenson and Bradley, the only 2 players without a bogey on the scorecard today. Webb Simpson had the lead when we came on the air with you and is in the pole position. It is day 2 here in Akron, Ohio, and the return to historic Firestone Country Club, now in its 13th season, hosting this World Golf Championship, and some very classy champions have been produced through the years. And this week, 73 are here, being put to the test in pursuit of the Gary Player Cup and one of golf's most coveted titles. Another beautiful day here. There's a chance of some light showers this afternoon. Plenty of action on the golf course taking place earlier today, and we've got some highlights from today's second round action. McDonald opened with 67 yesterday, and a birdie chance for the Englishman here at the third.
And that was the second birdie coming home.
Keegan Bradley is the defending champion. He was one of only 2 players without a drop shot on day 1, but here at the 4th was his first bogey of the week. This is his second 9 on the day. Bradley would also bogey the 7th, opening the door for this man to make perhaps one of his patented charges here, opening approach shot of the day for Tiger Woods.
And out this afternoon, so we'll see the rest of his round. This was an ideal start. Look at that, in less than 3 feet, opening 3.
So that one moved Woods to 5 under par. Meanwhile, Jason Duffner, this at the 2nd, which was the easiest hole on the golf course in the opening round.
Parred the first, and the 3 under par, 67 yesterday, and something better coming up there.
Duffner 3 under par through 6 holes today. Now, Zach Johnson had some issues with the trees at 18, which guard the entryway into this green complex.
Well, we talk about them a lot. They don't get hit that often. That's not his down there. It's the one back down the fairway. This is 3rd.
Trouble with the 2nd. Not so much with the 3rd, as Johnson makes birdie, holding out at 18.
Plan B, trying to emulate Carl Peterson and succeeding.
Rounds of 72 and 73 to begin the week for the man from Sweden. So Woods, after birdieing the 1st, had an iron in hand into the 2nd.
They've knocked foot 10 yards off this hole, so it really is just a driving a 4-iron for Woods here, and it's certainly the right club and probably exactly where he was aiming.
So a chance for a dream start, perhaps. 3-3 out of the blocks. Birdie at the 1st and an eagle opportunity here at the 2nd.
Played here often enough. That is the perfect start, and one even in these early stages beginning to think about 59 maybe.
And with some sprinkles beginning to fall a little bit earlier, yes, he went ahead and birdied the 3rd as well. So 4 under par in his opening 3 holes on the day for the 7-time champion here on this golf course, and now leads the tournament at 8 under par. Keegan Bradley in with the 68 in defense of his title. Webb Simpson was the overnight leader. He's just 1 hole into his 2nd round. Bill Haas with a 68 today as well. There's Donald. We saw him in the highlight package. He signs for 69 today. Low round of the day produced by John Merrick, a 66.
We pick up round 2 action with Webb Simpson at the 3rd with a look at his first birdie of the day. And Simpson moves to 7 under.
Adam Scott, who shot 73 yesterday.
And he's recovering from that. Was really because he dropped 3 shots in the last 6 holes.
Dustin Johnson found the bunker at the par 3-7 and has found the bottom of the cup.
Just one of those weeks. Only the 2nd birdie of 25 holes.
Here's Scott trying to bounce back from that bogey at the 9th.
Yes, that was sloppy. A wedge in the hand and turning it into a bogey. Good chance to bounce back, but just a roll or 2 shy. Interesting to see him struggling a little bit today. His form's been wonderful and loves this venue. Played well here, as you know, in 2011 when he won. Again, I wouldn't count him out for a good weekend and then perhaps look towards Oak Hill. They'd like to bookend his season with majors.
And the Aussie sits atop the President's Cup International team standings. Nick Price will be at the helm at Muirfield Village in early October.
Yes, and we'll probably get on very nicely with all those South Africans in the team. 6 at the moment, just a couple of Australians, Adam Scott, Jason Day, and then Hideki Matsuyama, who's been the real bolter. At the moment, the team on paper looks like it's underclass compared to the Americans, but hopefully a few of these players who are used to seeing names like Jeff Ogilvy get the chance to play their way onto Nick Price's side.
And back out to the Australian at the 12th for birdie.
support in the middle. That might kickstart a little bit of a resurgence for the world number 5.
Tee shot here at 15 for Wood.
Oh, that got a lovely kick off the front, didn't it? Keep feeding. There's a car on offer. Beautiful.
Best of the day at the par 3 15th from Chris Wood. Scott's birdie chance at 13. He had it to one over earlier in the day.
Had a good par save at 12. Yeah, backed it back. This is lovely. Important putt, that one on 12 that made the par, and then again just rolls in that birdie.
Up ahead to 16, and Wood's birdie attempt.
Chance to go outright second here. Oh, indeed, Chris Wood. He loves Firestone.
So Woods being followed by Wood.
Back to the 15th with Dustin Johnson for birdie.
Chance for back-to-back birdies by Dustin Johnson, and he's got himself to even par.
They've produced much in terms of fireworks birdies today. They've been reserved for the man at the top of the leaderboard. Tiger Woods, 7-time champion here at the Bridgestone.
Take a look at some highlights from our leader today, picking up the action at the 6th hole.
This is, as it might just be the longest putt he holds, and it was for a par, and he'd had to hold good putts at the 4th and the 5th not to drop shots. Certainly at the 4th he got up and down.
This was a beautiful tee shot at the par 3. 7th flag sitting front right, and just nice little hold up fade. Used the slope once it hit the green, and it tracked right towards the flag.
Important hole that, because he'd suddenly, after the brilliant start, was beginning to sort of tread water a little bit, and all credit, that got him going again.
Made the turn in 30. This was his second into the 10th.
Started the back 9 like he started the front. Beautiful approach, and made himself a relatively straightforward birdie putt,
which he converted. A run of 4 in a row, in fact, produced by shots like this one into the 11.
This stage, just watching him, you started to think, well, he might birdie every single hole, because it was perfect. Another very short putt.
First of the par 3s on the inward 9 was the 12th.
I thought this was just breaking a little bit to the right, but it straightens there and goes dead in the heart, which is the theme on the back 9. And look at the audience.
They haven't shown the drive, but he hit it into the trees and it bounced right back out in the middle of the fairway. No shame in the man at all. Knocks it on the green and holds the putt for a 3.
9 under through 13 holes, and we were thinking 59 at that point.
This was important for his round too, because it was a gutsy par save, given that he again misplaced his drive and kept the momentum going.
What we haven't seen is the missed putt at the 15th, which probably stopped. The one thing that stopped is this astonishing run from inside 10 feet. He tells us later that, in fact, his second shot here at 16 ended up on a down slope and against the grain, and he didn't fancy trying to get close from there and accept his 5.
This one, unfortunately, never had a chance, and it was probably the dark point in his round. Not birding a very good opportunity.
He talked about being undecided over this putt, and in the end, never hit it at all. No backswing. And that's when the cup was dashed from his lips.
Or a stroke of the day there at 17, and trouble at 18. This was the 3rd for Woods.
Yes, we thought all the heroics were over now that he couldn't break 60 or the course record. And of course, he does share that with Jose Morel Lafava with a 61.
But we thought without the man's pride. And what a stellar finish.
Equal course record, 9 under 61, and that is the fighting 4 from all time.
The exclamation point on a virtuoso performance from Tiger Woods. Well, he has racked up significant titles on a handful of courses that he's really dominated through the years. 7 victories at Torrey Pines in what is now the Farmers Insurance Open, plus the United States Open in 2008. 8th title at Bay Hill coming earlier this spring, and an 8th here at Firestone, perhaps in the offing. 36 holes to play here at Firestone Country Club. And the lead is 7 shots for Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods began the day with a commanding 7-shot lead and was instantly looking for more at the opening hole. A birdie would stretch the lead to 8 as Woods chases down his 8th victory here at Firestone Country Club and another World Golf Championships title. Firestone Country Club is one of the world's most historic venues, and we nearly were witnesses to history yesterday as Tiger Woods flirted with a 59, but at day's end, his career low 61 gave him a comfortable 7-shot lead. Will it be insurmountable? Well, that's up to those in pursuit to prove otherwise here on day 3. It was a very quick start for Woods, Bruce, and he kept the pedal down at the second. It's exactly what we expected today, wasn't it?
Easiest hole on the course always has been, and he got a little 4 there, so he's 2 under for the day, 15 under altogether. But this happened even a little bit beyond. Rory McIlroy stumbling around a little bit, has been for weeks and months now, but a chip in there, ball was going a bit by, but that was the start of better things to come.
This one may have even been better execution.
Oh, it was a much better shot. Because one thing, it was never going to be more than an inch away, and it was a much harder shot than the one before. So 2 threes, 2 birdies, and maybe the great long talked about recovery was going to begin.
Good start to McIlroy's day. Phil Mickelson's as well. This was the 2nd into the 14th for Mickelson.
Already birdies starting. He started at the 10th. They had to start in 3 balls and from 2 tees because of the storm overnight. And he picked up where he left off, well, a fortnight ago, I think, rather than yesterday.
Mickelson went out in 32. Woods, meanwhile, after the birdie at the first, aboard in 2 at the second, and just lagging that eagle up there, actually scooting it by a few feet.
Everything in exactly the same mode as it was yesterday for 17 holes, an untidy 18th, but it was a miraculous 4. Playing with Keegan Bradley today, and Chris Wood from Bristol in England is the 3 ball in the final group.
And Bradley could use a lot of that today. The defending champion has put up a stout defense through the first couple of days, eagling the second there. He moves to -8, along with Jason Dufner, who grabs a share of second place. Dufner with a 4 under par round going. That's the best on the golf course. Dufner birdied his first 4 holes of the day and then doubled the 5th.
This would cast that bogey into the dustbin of history. He could knock this in and get going again. What a lot of break from right to left. Ooh, I thought it was all the way there. It was too much. 5 birdies and 6. You'd settle for that if you on the first tee, wouldn't you?
Indeed. Not a par on the scorecard yet for Dufner, runner-up to Keegan Bradley at the PGA Championship a couple of years ago. A chance for McIlroy at 11.
Yes, in you go. Another one's gone in. This is becoming an excellent round of golf. 3 under today.
Last place is 3rd over at 7.
Needs to knock this in to stay the share of the second place. Today's race, who's going to partner Woods tomorrow?
Best round of the day belongs to this man, Adam Scott at 15.
4 under for the day, so he'll be thinking about chipping this in, and has succeeded, my gosh.
We move back to the 8th. Drive of Woods was right at the mark.
He has 180 yards left and will need to play some sort of left to right shot. May well have that club face wide open and plan to play some sort of aerial cut shot, more like a slice. Hands done.
We've seen that effort before through the years. Wasn't able to chase it all the way onto the green, but Woods in position to keep his bogey-free streak intact here. This is the group ahead. Stenson was one of those players trying to make a push toward the lead to begin the day.
Well, that'll help, won't it? Nice birdie for Stenson. Tee to green, one of the best players on the planet.
Let's catch up with Woods.
Yeah, must admit it was an amazing shot that he tried to play. Bruce, you know full well how hard it is to shape the ball, make the ball go that much left to right when you're coming out of that thick rough. But with having that club face wide open, huge big Arnie swing as you referenced.
And Phil, interesting thing here, this is almost the identical shot that Bill Haspler had in the group ahead and putted it, maybe a yard or two off either way.
Yeah, well, this man has a certainly very close relationship with his lob wedge, electing to lob it just a little short of the green, I suspect, and well, he's going to fly it all the way on the front of the green.
And stop it and hold it. Ooh, there I say.
Just a deft touch. Lovely, lovely soft little hands and nice little check side.
Dale once said even Phil Mickelson would have been proud of that.
Duffner for another birdie at 11.
We saw this approach over the top of the flag. Get this to trickle out, will it? Oh, using every little roll, and that's a lovely birdie. Duffner just continues to make red numbers.
Woods with a chance here to move it back to 15 under.
Yeah, Luke, you were mentioning, Swanee, as well, that there's quite a lot of swing around this hole. I'd say this is half a cup to a cup outside the left. A lap of honour, but it does break 4 inches down.
Big bounce back by Tiger. Dropped his first shot in 37 holes at the last and instantly gets it back. The mark of a champion. Duffner hit a beautiful second shot here into the difficult path for 13th and makes a birdie with it. A wonderful roll, Duffner. His 7th birdie of the day.
To the 18th and Martin Keimer's chance for a birdie.
Contrasting finishes, so a 69 for Keimer. And after that opening 74, he's worked his way back to level through 54 holes, and he's pleased with his work.
To the 13th, where Tiger Woods is off the green with his 3rd shot.
Incredible. Every time he's under pressure, he delivers. Remarkable.
I think even Woods was thinking about just trying to get down in 2.
You're right, Bruce. It was a 6 from Ernie Els from that same spot earlier today, and it's a 3 for this man.
It's been a good last few holes for Henrik Stenson. Chance for birdie. He's in the sort of mood to get it too. That makes his 4th birdie since the 8th where he dropped a shot.
We'll go to 16. Here's Donald.
It's his 3rd shot, and it's been an untidy week for Luke Donald. Got to 7 under par at one point this afternoon, but bogeys came at 8 and 9 and another one since then. But finally he's going to start moving back right direction.
There's nothing untidy about that. Almost holds it. Gorgeous approach.
After bogeys at 14 and 16, here's Tiger Woods looking to pick up a stroke at 17.
Another birdie for Tiger. Leads back out to 7. Never had an advantage more than 8 today, but it's comfortably been around the 8, 7 and 6 shot buffer. His speed with his putts has been beautiful.
Looked like it may have even gotten a little kick off a spike mark, which is the way this man's week has gone. He's played beautifully, but has cashed in on a few breaks as well.
Our leader is 7 strokes ahead of his nearest challenger, Sweden's Henrik Stenson. Jason Duffner's 7 birdies vaulted him to solo 3rd, and Bill Haas, Luke Donald, and Chris Wood finished the day at 6 under, ahead of reigning champion Keegan Bradley.
Created nearly a century ago, Firestone Country Club is one of golf's most historic courses, and for more than a decade has been the backdrop for some of the most indelible images we've seen in these World Golf Championships. No player has produced more of those moments than Tiger Woods, who has earned 7 of his astounding 17 WGC titles right here on this famed layout. This week, the newest version of the Woods of old has resurfaced, delivering yet another dominant performance, running away from one of the classiest fields of the year, and reminding us yet again that this man flourishing on this course has been one of the great certainties in professional golf. Now only 18 holes stand between Woods and a very familiar outcome here in Ohio, another Sunday coronation of the King of Firestone. World golf supremacy is once again in his grasp in the final round of the Bridgestone Invitational. Championship Sunday, and we just may have a scene by day's end that we've witnessed several times before. 7 times, in fact. And that's with Tiger Woods having his clutches on the Gary Player Trophy. Low numbers needed for the likes of Henrik Stenson and Jason Dufner. Keegan Bradley, the defending champion, all trying to run down Woods, who has moved to 15 under par through 54 holes. Some highlights from earlier in today's action. Par 5 second. Here's Brandt Snedeker.
Very much one of the players of the moment in American golf. 3 over through the first 3 rounds, and a brilliant shot in there which would lead to a birdie 2, but double bogeys and bogeys and all sorts of things followed thereafter, so he's over for the day.
Snedeker with a victory at Pebble Beach earlier in the season, and then took the Canadian Open just a week ago. Did make his eagle there at the second. And he stands at 1 under for the day. Meanwhile, Webb Simpson, who opened the week with the 64, has had a very strong showing on day 4.
And all kicked off with an eagle of his own there at the second, and all sorts of birdies. And I think sort of midway through the back 9, it's 5 under par for the day, and there's a bogey in there as well.
Best round of the day, in fact. Here's Angel Cabrera, twice a major champion, nearly a 3rd time at Augusta earlier this year. Brilliant approach into the opening hole.
Around a week of 2 steps forward and 1 back, but on he goes and appears on the big stage.
Lee Westwood playing with Graham McDowell today. He's been working very diligently all season long on his short game. This one for birdie at the 10th.
And that was a nice birdie, the one he made at 9 when he ended up on the first fairway off the tee, 70 yards off line. He was a bit embarrassed about, but I think it started to kickstart a better back 9 than the 38 to the turn with which he completed the front 9.
This is Ernie Els' chance for a birdie here, and it finds the center at the 12th. I mentioned Graham McDowell playing with Lee Westwood today. He was kind of bumbling along with 4 bogeys in a 5-hole stretch, but then struck a beautiful shot into the 12th.
And Lee playing with Lee Westwood, and they were very indifferent over that front 9, but they've got a sort of better ball of sort of 5 or 6 under through the next 5 or 6 holes, so well, good to watch on the back 9.
So that's where we stand to begin our afternoon coverage here. Miguel Angel Jimenez is at -6 after shooting 65 yesterday. There's Luke Donald. An eagle chance well across the green here at the second.
Second last group out, this Jason Dufner and Luke Donald, and I would think a very nice group to watch if you can't find a view on around Tiger Woods. 4 at the first, 4 at the second, as you said, a good start, but 10 bogeys Luke Donald's had, which is a lot for him, so it shows he's had 17 birdies now, and if he can cut out the errors, he could be leading.
Keegan Bradley, the defending champion, stands at -5. This at the 5th hole.
He hit it about 3/4 of the way to the hole, and then gravity did the rest. Goes under par for the day again.
We move to Keimer. He and Rose over at 13.
I So that'll change the sort of rather mundane pattern of this game. Holds nothing with the putter and goes to the bunker shot. Now then, it's him 2 under for the day. I say from 4 over midway through round 1. That's a nice comeback.
Did the 6th. Keegan Bradley to move to 7 under.
2 birdies in a row. 3 altogether.
Webb Simpson at one point was 5 under on his opening 9 holes and closes with class. 64 to begin the week. He had never seen the golf course before. Look at those bookend rounds there. 17 we go. Gonzalo Fernandez Castaño for a birdie. Nice catch by the hole.
Tiger Woods looking for a birdie at the 7th.
This one right around 17 feet.
And it's a good look, Swanee, I must admit. This is one of the best ones he's had. It is left to right, but it is underneath the hole as well.
Gave it too much respect. Thought it would move more than that. Still, comfortable 2-putt, and off he goes to the next. He'll do that. He won't be hitting them 4 and 5 feet wide. Doesn't need to be aggressive.
Now the 2nd of Rose.
A little bit of a major championship hangover. Oh, beautiful shot. Difficult to keep getting up when you've had such a huge moment in your career. Adam Scott's also talked about it, and he is the kind of guy, though, that will keep adding victories to his wonderful resume that now has that victory at Merion as the crowning moment.
A lot of parallels in the careers of Rose and Scott, the first 2 major winners this year, both breaking through at relatively the same age. Keegan Bradley can join Donald at 8 under.
We saw him make a beautiful putt the hole before, and there he is now in a tie for 2nd. Keegan Bradley. He fits his eye, this Firestone Country Club South course.
He's out in 32. This one no snack for Keimer over at 15.
Pulled his tee shot left, and you can see the way the ball sits down, but able to get enough club out of that, and it's tracking here. Oh, and in she goes.
One at 13, another at 15. Theatrics from off the green once again from the German.
To 15 with Phil Mickelson putting for birdie.
Feel the thrill. They'll love that. He is a fan favourite and connects better with his fans more than anyone else in the game.
Now Tiger Woods in the fairway with his 2nd shot at the 10th.
Don't spend too much.
It's a lovely shot in as he begins his back 9 surge, Bruce, to this championship. 1 under par is a tie for 17th, which Ian Poulter's looking to get amongst. And does at the 17th. Great birdie by the fashionable Englishman. So we head back to Tiger Woods, who's hit a beautiful shot in here, Phil, at 10.
Came in here with sandwich from 117. Again, controlling the distance nicely, pin high. He's breaking just a touch to his left.
There we go.
Now leads by 9. Birdie at 10, just add 1 more to the total. It's a cruise control.
First birdie by either player in the last group.
To Jason Duffner at 13.
This to go ahead in 2nd place. Yes, finally somebody does it. It's been a steady old start. 1 birdie, 1 bogey prior to that. 1 under for the day and good enough for 2nd.
Meanwhile, over at 17, Zach Johnson has moved to -6.
Here's Tiger Woods stalking his par putt on the 14th green.
Now, Phil, we're looking at a graphic that indicates Woods has never 3-putted this hole in 59 career rounds. Any movement in this one?
Well, I think that this is going to move just ever so slightly to his left from my vantage point, but our graphics people really do know how to put us on the spot.
I'm just amazed that somebody counted.
Is there somebody looking down from above that's already, you know, a half a minute or so ahead of us or something?
Oh dear, he was looking for a clean card.
Wood's first bogey of the day drops him to 15 under, but still 8 shots above the competition, including defending champion Keegan Bradley. We continue our final round coverage of the 2013 World Golf Championships Bridgestone Invitational with Keegan Bradley's birdie attempt at 18.
Well, with Stenson long at 16 at 7 under, Bradley here at -8 can perhaps lock up second with this.
He surely can. He's given it the old left eye stare, which is his characteristic.
Made an important putt here last year to win.
It's a 67 in the end for the defending champion.
Best round, though, Swanee, of those sort of contending for second place. He dropped back a little bit last night, and all credit to him for bouncing through on this very difficult day. None of the others have got anywhere near that number of birdies. He's got a couple of bogeys in there, but that's a fine round, fine effort.
Bradley finishes at 8 under, the highest of his fellow World Golf champions in the field. Of course, behind our leader, Tiger Woods. There is one WGC event remaining this season, with Ian Poulter set to defend in October. Now to Henrik Stenson in the fairway at 17.
I think it was his attempt to find a birdie of some description, and he's given himself a chance. A little backspin down the slope, another chance to go up, and it's another difficult one downhill, and a lot of break from left to right. Well, this is better than being under the trees, I suppose. But of course he's coming absolutely across the narrow peninsula where they've got the pin. So unless he can really get this spot on, no way of getting there. He's going to go left of that big, one of those 2 big trees guarding the approaches to this green.
From what we've seen this week with Mickelson a few times, a number of players that have gone left off 18, it doesn't seem to be nearly as bad as what it's been in the past, this portion of the hole.
Well, I think if you can get out and in front of and that's the 17th tee immediately there on the right hand, so you get out in front of that, then you do get a shot, and he's definitely got a shot. Pretty good contact. Passes all the trees and finds the green, and of course that was the only thing he could aim at.
Unreal.
Now Henrik Stenson on the 17th green, trying to pick up a stroke late on Sunday.
A birdie at last. A birdie at last for Stenson. And he'll feel it's his due. He goes back to level for the day and tied for second.
There's a chance to snatch it outright at the last.
That's 7 iron in hand. I'm expecting just a little flighted 7 punch underneath this tree. Drawing back towards the pin. Straightening just a touch.
Still looking for that 3 with which to get under 70. So the only thing he's got left to do, fabulous shot.
Well, we were talking about it before, weren't we? The amount of wins he's had in his career, 79. This will be on the PGA Tour, just 3 shy of Sam Snead's all-time record of 82. And Sam Snead was 47 when he won his 79th title. That's a full decade difference.
He may get there this year the way he's going.
Back to Stenson, finishing up at 18.
Well, it's all about pace and it's all about line. It comes up this hill. Once it gets over that crest, it does go back to the right, but gonna need a little bit more gas on it than that one to get there.
Well, it's just fine.
Well done.
Very well done. Exceptional putt.
Yeah, superb effort. Leave yourself with a gimme from there.
I think what I'd want to do is to go ahead and knock it in, because if Woods goes ahead and putt, it wouldn't be much fun with the noise going on around, and I think that's probably what he's going to do. And he's entitled to do it.
Yeah, he'll close out, no doubt about it. Always like to leave the moment for the champion.
And we'll clear the stage for that man one final time here.
As we look at Tiger, we often wonder what's going through his mind, how he views himself through all of this. We can sit here and assume what we wouldn't give to know his thoughts.
Well, he will quickly turn his attention to the PGA as soon as this final putt drops. Stenson, though, first to finish up his week and to get in with a share of second. Very good two-putt. So Henrik Stenson and Keegan Bradley share second. We'll split the runner-up prize.
He's played very well indeed, Stenson, all 4 days. It's a marvellous run of form. 2 seconds and a third in big tournaments. But the winner was signed and sealed a long time ago.
Only thing yet to be decided, the margin of victory.
A bit firm, a shame. Love to have finished with a birdie. It's a pleasure to watch greatness in action, isn't it? We've had a front row seat right throughout his career.
He'll be miffed at the bogey back at 14, but it will be a level par final round for the world #1. New season, same old result at Firestone. Tiger on top. So that will be 8 at Firestone to go along with the 8th he secured at Arnold Palmer's tournament this year, and his 8th victory at Torrey Pines, 7 of them in the PGA Tour events, and the 8th, of course, the U.S. Open, that epic duel with Rocco Mediate that went to an 18-hole playoff on Monday.
Well, Tiger Woods, obviously, having won so many times, is going to have a number of golf courses where he's won consistently, but he's still very much a horses for courses player. 8 at Torrey Pines, won there at the start of the year. Bay Hill, he won there as well before the Masters, and he won at Doral, the Blue Monster at the bottom. Again, to make that 4 victories at that venue, and he just dominates when he plays well around courses he knows and loves.
Here with the Bridgestone Invitational champion yet again for the 8th time, Tiger. When people walk into the clubhouse here at Firestone, they're going to see on the wall your name pretty much every other year for the years that you competed here at this tournament. What is so special about Firestone for you?
I don't know what it is. It just fits my eye. I've felt comfortable here, and you know, for some reason, it's just because you're comfortable doesn't mean you're going to play well. But for some reason, it just comes out, and I've put it together.
You know, it doesn't mean that you're going to play well that you feel comfortable. And there were a lot of times out there during the last 4 days that you didn't feel comfortable. I mean, you played like a dog for the last 5 holes of a 61. If you had managed to find the fairway here on more occasions, you might have actually won by a substantial margin.
I'll take it. No, it was one of those weeks where I struggled yesterday, in the middle part of the round, and today I was just conservative, just trying to make pars, and you know, I figured the highest score that I could shoot was going to be 70 today, and force the guys to have to shoot 63 or 62s, and I just felt that this was a perfect day to protect. The conditions, it was blustery, it was tough, and it was hard to shoot a low number, but it was easy to shoot a number around par.
Well, from about 250 yards in, I've been following you now for 17 years. I'm not sure I've ever seen you hit the ball with the sort of quality of shots. There's a difference in the flight. It's a little lower, more penetrating. I mean, you almost knocked the flag down on several occasions today. You've got to feel great about going into the PGA Championship.
I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah, I've got 3 more days to get ready, and I feel like my game is, you know, it's pretty consistent. And that's one of the things that I've noticed this year is that I've hit it, you know, pretty good most of the year, and you know, weeks I've putted well, I've been able to win. So it's been pretty good so far.
And congratulations on number 79.
Thanks, man.
It's great to be around the Tiger Woods era. Thanks, Tiger.
And really no weaknesses across the board this week. 11th in fairways hit, 2nd in greens hit, 5th in total putts, and only found 2 bunkers, and naturally got up and down on both occasions. And through the sea of people to sign the card and then return to the 18th green for the presentation of the Gary Player Trophy.
Yes, all focus now goes to Oak Hill. A longer, maybe dare one say it, narrower version of this. A bit more ups and downs, a bit more difficult. Of course, a course that he will not have played because it was he will have played in 2003 in the PGA, but he hasn't been there recently.
Yes, that was the year that Sean McKeel won, beating Chad Campbell with that extraordinary 7-iron at the last. But you just get a sense that Tiger Woods is the man heading into Oak Hill.
There comes Charlie. There he is. Go on there, little man.
Tremendous colouring.
That's an image we've not seen.
No.
And that is extraordinary because it shows you the connection and bond he has with his kids. We're not used to seeing Tiger as a father.
Suddenly got a little shy after that. Didn't realise that the cameras were on him earlier on, but now, of course, he's with Dad. They're bound to be.
Charlie Axel Woods. Cute kid.
That's a very human side of the man that we haven't often seen through the years, huh?
Tiger bested a world-class field to finish on top at 15 under. His nearest challenger was defending champion Keegan Bradley, 7 shots back. Woods played it safe today with a string of pars and a lone bogey after a sparkling Friday round of 61 that vaulted him into the lead. This concludes the International Federation of PGA Tours coverage of the World Golf Championships Bridgestone Invitational from Firestone Country Club in Akron, Ohio. Congratulations, Tiger Woods, winner of the 2013 World Golf Championships Bridgestone Invitational.